Here we go. Jared Yellen, what's up, brother?
What is up? What is up? We're going to get going on Facebook Live in a moment. Before we do, everybody in the chat, let us know, what are you present to? Sean Callaghan, before we officially kick it off on Facebook Live, what are you present to, my man?
I am present to the launch of something fun, incredible, bringing people more money, time, and magic. And just truly, there's a part that's surreal that we're actually here and ready to go. So in massive gratitude.
Awesome. In the chat, let us know, what are you present to? Drop a word, drop a sentence. We're going to be going on Facebook Live in a moment. So give us one moment to get it up there. But please, in the chat, let us know what you are present to for the first ever Unblinded Draft 10 by 10. We'll be on Facebook Live shortly on the Unblinded business page. Please feel free to share this out. Let everybody know what you are up to tonight. We are officially, let's see, live on Facebook. So head over to Facebook right now. I'm going to be doing this as well. I'm going to start sharing this out. Let's spend 30 seconds doing that. Let's spread the message of the first ever Unblinded ecosystem draft. Let's get that going, and we're going to kick it off.
By the way, guys, this is something that you are going to be modeling as we go forward. So this is an example of what you're going to model out and have some fun with as we go forward.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to share it to a few spots. All right, let's get this show started. So Sean, we are officially here. You said it's kind of surreal. What's surreal? Please let us know.
Yeah, I mean, I am present to the reality that this is the most effective way that I could ever possibly imagine to leverage, grow, and accelerate the money, time, and magic that people want. And it sounds like an overstatement, but just the things, the mechanisms that people apply to create meeting more people, working with the people they want to work with, it sounds like nomadic networking. And what's being disrupted is exactly that, nomadic networking. And we're creating our ecosystems where people come together in agreements, in business partnerships, and they leverage their mutual talent, their time, their money, their energy. They actualize the potential of their brand equity, in our language, their unique identity value, to come together to create massive acceleration. So that's what's really happening. And it's never happened before in a way that people don't have to pay anything to do this. They're not trapped or stuck in any dynamic with people they don't want to be trapped or stuck with. There's complete utility, equity, fairness, balance, fun, right? Do whatever you want, right? And we're giving you the model and we're telling you what's going to succeed. But if you apply it, people are going to want to work with you. If you don't, they're not. And this is this amazing dynamic that I am so proud of that we've co-created. I am so grateful for the trust that people have in it and the incredible energy they're putting into it. And I'm like, let's go. It's like the NFL, like UFC, like fun, excitement, passion, energy. That's what I'm present to.
And one thing we have to be in integrity and let you know is that this happens to actually not be the first draft. We had a first draft a couple weeks ago. And after that first draft, I think Adam Gugino may have felt that there was a slight disadvantage. And this is what he did. So just in the chat, just because we're having fun tonight, right? What do you think Adam's thinking? Just like laying there on the floor, kind of looking under the table. Fernando's like giggling because he just knows that in the actual first draft, it was an extremely, extremely one-sided experience. So what do you think Adam right now in that photo is thinking? We'll give you guys 15 seconds because this might be one of the more important questions of the day. Sean, what do you think Adam's thinking?
Well, I'll tell you what Adam was thinking that night, represented by this picture. He was thinking, I am ill-prepared. I am getting dominated and crushed by Team Thunder. And I want to call for recount. I want to call for re-upping. This is lacking an integrity process. And Adam was losing his mind over that. So we called a recount, redo. And here we are. And for those that weren't present for that, nobody was. It was just internal amongst the Unblinded team. And that's how it ended up. So that is my reality for that night. That Team Lightning was off to a horrific start. There's been a reconfiguration, and here we are.
There has been a reconfiguration, and let's now introduce the one and only Adam Gugino, Team Lightning. So before we let Adam say something for himself, Sean, who's Adam Gugino?
Who is Adam Gugino?
Yes.
Adam Gugino is one of the most integrous, phenomenal, heart-centered humans I've ever met. He took a company from $300 to $700 million. When I first met him, I didn't believe the story could be real. I was in abject shock. And as I got to know him and understand his story, what was even more shocking is that he left to join us, this mission, all of you at Unblinded, and left millions and millions of dollars on the table, and that he'd been the #1 salesperson in the nation for a name brand giant company that every single person here would know. Like, that is who Adam Gugino is. And he whines, he cries, he bees every single time he thinks that something is unfair out of integrity. And Jared relentlessly busts his chops about it. And I love him anyway. That is Adam Gugino to me.
And I will most definitely be busting his chops tonight. But Adam Gugino, welcome. You are unmuted, my friend, or you can unmute yourself.
Welcome.
What are you present to, Adam Gugino, on the first ever Unblinded 10x10 ecosystem draft?
Just the magnitude of what this is. Completely grateful. When I talk about the decision, Sean, walking away from millions of dollars to, first of all, thank you so much for that introduction. But when I talk about walking away from millions of dollars to be here, I remember thinking at that moment, if I was to look forward in my life and actually look at it as a story and put myself in that position, I was going to make a decision that I would want the heroic character to make at that moment. And it was by far the best decision I've ever made in my entire life to be here right now. Again, the magnitude of what we're doing, how we're going to impact business, and then the world overall with the bringing people together, merging these ecosystems and this competition. I mean, I just so happy to be here and loving every second of it.
Yeah, awesome, brother.
And up next, we have Team Thunder by Fernando. I took my last selfie, Valencia. And before we let Fernando introduce himself, Sean Calvi, who is Fernando Valencia?
So Fernando, at one point, was somebody that I thought had an incredible potential. I saw him as this, like, for anybody that's a football person, maybe like a Terrell Owens type, like super talent, not sure how the team game was going to function. And who I've come to know Fernando to be is one of the most committed, talented leaders I've ever seen. I think he still is one of the most misunderstood people that I've ever seen, in terms of people not yet appreciating and comprehending who he is, what he is. He had 307 sales meetings in a month, in one of the most staggering performances I've ever seen or heard of, and where I coach people in business, work with people in business for decades, and couldn't believe it. And he is currently, in my book, the #1 student of the what was the Calgary results formula is now the Unblinded results formula that I've ever seen. His commitment to learning with an open and growth mindset is absolutely stunning. Growth mindset is what Dr. Dweck at Stanford talks about, his amazing TED Talk, about the ability and desire to relentlessly learn and grow versus a fixed mindset. And it literally has different brain mapping. It is insanely open and perhaps rivaled and matched only by Adam Gugino. And that is who Fernando Valencia is. And for anybody on Team Thunder or Team Lightning, like, we are privileged to have you. And I would say that there is also an extraordinary privilege, humbly, and benefit to being on either Team Lightning or Team Thunder with these people who have committed their lives, I mean their lives, to this journey. That is who Fernando Valencia is.
So that's beautiful. And Fernando, what are you present to on this wonderful evening?
Jared, Sean, thank you. And Sean, thank you so much for those words. You know, I've been blessed and privileged to have proximity to you for close to 2 years now. I've had many mentors in my life, and none of them, you know, respectfully could shine your shoes, as you would say. It is absolutely incredible how what you mentioned as a vision, as a dream, when I met you is becoming real now. I'm so just excited that we get to all be, and when you say all, is everyone watching, be part of this today, the day that changes the world. Because I remember, Sean, when you said that your goal was not to be in front of 100,000 people. Instead, it was to create 100,000 stages so everyone in our ecosystem could speak in front of thousands, hundreds, and tens. And that is literally what is happening today on this draft. And you mentioned, you know, the desire for growth and for knowledge. Today, I was reading Letters from a Stoic by Seneca, which was created actually in BC. And he mentioned something of when you're out there and you're learning, what we would call intellectual entertainment. He said, it's not about reading a lot about a lot of people. It's about finding the mentors and committing to mastery. And I'm so, you know, grateful to be able to call you a real life Socrates. I'm so grateful to have chosen you to be that person that I stopped reading no more books after thousands. And I said, Sean, your formula, the Unblinded Results formula, is the way for more money and less time with more magic. And for everyone here who has never heard about our Unblinded Results formula, it is factual, it is true, it is scientific. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank Jared and you, Adam, brothers. There is no one else on the planet I'd rather compete/conspire with than the both of you. Every single morning we're together. I know right now I'm here to kick your A, but truth is I love you. I'm excited to conspire and win with you. And it's such an honor to be creating this movement together.
Right back at you, brother. No one I'd rather be up against in the world.
Awesome. And you might see that I'm going to poke a few bears tonight. It's important. That's the fun energy, but it is with nothing but love for the people that are here tonight. And that's everyone.
Can I just jump in one more time, Jared? Like, listen, if you like are listening to this from the outside looking in, it could sound a little like, you know, hyperbolic and a little bit like, okay, these guys are like this, like a love fest, like let's get on with it. It's real, right? Since we met, the gas pedal has been pushed through the floor, like pushed through the floor. We had 150 people coming to an event with 45 days to go and ended up with 1,500 plus people because of the coming together of this entire ecosystem. And after that, then Corona hit, the world is ending, nothing can happen. And we innovated to bring to life what Fernando said through the Unblinded Business Accelerator, the Real Raw, the huddles, and everything we're doing to move forward in service of people during this time. And every single day, we innovate in meetings to start the day, end the day, 14, 15, 16-hour days every single day. And I don't even know the time is passing. I'm exhausted at times. I'm like out of my mind at times. I don't have time to eat at times. And it's not something I have to be doing, right? It's not something that, you know, many of you probably don't have to be doing. But the honor, the privilege, the acceleration is truly unreal. And I've tried to find that. I've tried to find that for over 20 years. I've tried to find it. What I have found with Adam, Fernando, and Jared. And sometimes it's like a ripple of like, Sean, it's like you. I was me 20 years ago. And I appreciate those kind words. And it's just not true. And yeah, this is not here without me. I get that. But this movement is about all 4 people here and all of you. And that's what the 10 by 10 is about. It's about hundreds. It's about tens, then hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands of business leaders with integrity, creating massive acceleration and having real impact and change. Now, you don't have to be all that. You can just want to have a beach house. You just want to have a jet plane. You just want to like free women from sexual slavery. You can want whatever you want. But the possibility is beyond extraordinary. And that's the vision we are committed to. But not like in, you know, sort of an odd metaphysical way. The same way it was this Friday when my wrestling coach, Stan Woods, was on, and football coach from high school. And this is a model And so we get into the draft with this premise, and Jared's going to show a couple things. I was privileged to go to a small public high school. Nobody was cut. Everybody made the team. Everybody made the team. And you know what it did? It created synergy and energy, because by everybody making the team and participating in their role, it made the energy of the team, the commitment, the integrity, it made everybody better coming from a small, tiny high school to have all of these people of completely diverse athletic ability and talent, all committed and playing on the football team, on the baseball team, on the wrestling team, on every sport. And that is also the spirit of Unblinded. So there's gonna be a draft tonight, and Jared's about to drop in on some folks that like weren't drafted. And I come from a space of inclusion. And this is about inclusion. It's also about rewarding a meritocracy, rewarding success, supporting people that are leading and making things happen. It's not about protecting people that don't put the time, effort, energy in. It's like sports. But everybody has the opportunity and everybody is included. And it just begins tonight. Jared?
So let's talk about people that, like, in history weren't drafted, because there's a chance tonight, like, you won't hear your name. And there were people from the past that didn't hear their name. And one that comes to mind is Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school baseball team. And we do know the story of Michael Jordan, but like, he was cut. He wasn't drafted in the sense that we're talking about tonight. Or what about Oprah Winfrey? So Oprah was actually fired from a co-anchor position when she was 23. And she was told verbatim, Oprah, you are unfit for television news. And we all know the story of Oprah. And then what about Stephen King? His first novel, Carrie, was rejected over 30 times before it was published. Stephen King wasn't drafted. Or Lady Gaga, who actually signed with Def Jams, but they dropped her 3 months later because she just wasn't for them. Or like, the list goes on with J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers. J.K. Rowling is a billionaire today. So she wasn't drafted, but she used that to build momentum for herself. And then Walt Disney, fired from his first job because they said he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Can you imagine if, like, Walt Disney believed that to be true? Like, the world would be different, like dramatically different. Or Steven Spielberg, who was rejected by the USC School of Cinematic Arts twice. Like, Steven Spielberg was rejected twice. Like, what if he took that experience as his truth? Or me, when I was a sophomore in high school, I was in honors English, and I had a teacher, her name was Ms. Haight, and her exact words were, you are simply not a good writer. Like, what if I believe that? Like, there's a chance that, like, a lot of these things wouldn't be happening right now. And there's Sean Callagy. Sean, what was your experience like not being drafted? And what did you do with that experience to become the man that you are today?
Yeah. Well, I've been not drafted more times than I could possibly count. And the first and most impactful was my, when I was in high school baseball, I had an incredible season. And for political reasons, I got left off of the all league team. And I was devastated, angry. A couple of my coaches, because I was ready to be in a self-pity situation. Some coaches like blew me up, Coach Larry Ennis included. And I ended up that summer using that as energy and fuel of not being selected for an all-league team in a tiny public high school in Bergen County. And a month later, I was a starting center fielder in an all-star camp for the best players in the United States, best high school players in the country that I got invited to in a separate way. And then at Columbia, right? So I had hoped to play professionally. My senior year, I didn't get drafted because I was going to go blind. And I think that was the greatest gift that I've ever had. And I think often how different my life would be, number one, if I had gotten drafted, and second, if I didn't go blind, and where my life would be. So for every single one of us, for tonight, we're like passion, energy, fire, like everybody's eventually going to get drafted. Like, that's going to happen. And it's a process and a progression. And we want it to be competitive. So like that summer, I had to compete when I went to that all-star camp at Old Dominion. And I didn't think I belonged, by the way, because I had in my head, like, you know, these coaches didn't pick me in high school and in the league and whatever. And I had to market myself. I had to represent myself. I had to get out there and get recruited. And I ended up getting recruited by 100 Division I coaches. So if you're not selected tonight, it's just the beginning, right? This is going to be thousands and tens of thousands of beyond people. But get fired up and you decide who deserves to have you on their team out of these folks that are selected tonight. Like, who deserves you and what case do they have to make to have you and the incredible things you bring to the party, like, on their team. Jared?
Like, make sure this lands. Whether you hear your name tonight or not, this is simply the beginning. Everyone will get drafted, but you're going to earn your ability to get drafted. You're going to learn how because you're inside of the Unblinded Business Accelerator. So, ladies and gentlemen, let the Unblinded draft begin. We had a coin toss before we went officially live, and Adam Gagino did win the coin toss. I don't know if that's symbolic of anything. We will see. The first time he won the coin toss as well, and that was definitely not a symbolic thing. So we'll see if tonight is any different. So Sean, before Adam starts thinking about who his first draft pick will be, anything you want to share with the big AG just to get him in the right state so he makes this time a little different than the first time?
Adam Gagino, you know that just like where I went to Emerson High School, we compete full out, right? When you cross the white lines and it's time to get something done, you're playing full out. You're here to crush Fernando and Team Thunder, right? With integrity, with full out passion and commitment. So it is on, brother. The choices are yours and you're not locked into anything. It could be like last second trades, last second deals made. Like, here we go. And it is the Unblinded Business Accelerator first ever draft, what the future of business relationship development, ecosystem merging, what you would have called networking, I'll call nomadic, what this is evolving into. It looks like this. So with no further ado, Adam Gagino, you have 30 seconds. And for the first ever selection, you, brother, are on the clock.
So Sean, like, as Adam's on the clock, what do you feel like he should be thinking right now?
I would think that he probably has it pretty locked up in his mind, but Adam and Fernando have to be able to sign these picks. So I'm wondering if Adam's thinking about anybody that he thinks he can't sign. Should he make a different move? How things are going to land? What the reactions are going to be? Like, yeah, I think all those things have to be present for Adam.
Yeah. Does he safe bet, or does he like take that first pick and like go wild, right? Like, you only have one first pick. So Adam, we are approaching the 30-second mark. So we're pretty much there, Adam. So Adam, do you know who your first pick is for the first ever Unblinded 10x10 ecosystem merger draft?
I do. And this man has impressed me since day one. I'll never forget, before he went on The Real Raw, he needed to prepare and ended up getting himself the 30-day influence mastery to be ready for it. He's been fully immersed ever since. I love everything he's doing in the movement. Mr. David Gonzalez is the first pick, no question.
David Gonzalez. Ever selection in the history of the UBA. History, there's the NFL, there's like the NBA, the MLB, and there's the UBA, the Unblinded Business Accelerator. David Gonzalez, what's up, brother?
Wow. What is up is I'm honored. I kind of got a sense when Adam, thank you, Adam, when you said that, when you started saying who it was, when you started describing it, I was like, I think he's going to say me. And then you did. And I do know two things. And one of them is that prior to embodying the unblinded integrity-based human influence process, I would not have been able to say what I'm about to say, and that is that I deserve to be the first round draft pick.
Boom.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
Absolutely
And
amazing.
David, just for everybody, tell them why you believe, please, in Unblinded, and why you believe you deserve to be the first overall pick.
What was the first question?
Yeah, like why do you believe in Unblinded? And
Oh,
why do you
there's
believe?
two reasons I believe in Unblinded. One is I have an 18-year-old daughter she's always been more of a mama's girl than a daddy's girl, and it's always been a painful spot in my heart. And I've taken probably $250,000 worth of personal development training, and some of that has been sales training, but I've always avoided sales training because I thought it was for someone else. And of all the things I've done, and I've done things including but not limited to ayahuasca, landmark, deep meditation retreats, like, I mean, a very wide gamut. I've psychotherapy, like a lot of different things. And
You ran $1 million hypnosis practice yourself. That was
yeah. So before that, so and out of all the things that I've ever done, my daughter would always, at some point I'd say, hey, her name's Irene. I'd say, hey, Irene, do you have you noticed that I'm doing this thing? Whatever it was, right? And she'd always say, yeah, or no. Or if she said, yeah, the reason there was hesitation is because she was basically saying, I kind of liked you better before. And about 3 weeks into taking the 30-day training, she said to me one day, Dad, what this unblinded thing you're doing, like, it's working, and keep doing it. And since we've been in lockdown, we haven't argued once.
Wow.
So
That's awesome, brother. Thank you.
So I don't know what matters more than the love of a father and his daughter.
And I want to acknowledge you. Nothing, by the way. It's amazing.
Right.
And I thank you for your trust and for how open you've been in merging your ecosystem, which is utterly extraordinary. And if people don't know David, you would know his friends, his colleagues, and the people that he has extraordinary relationships with. He is one of the most connected humans in the country. It's unbelievable. And thank you for your trust and seeing what we're doing here, David. And I am so grateful to you and excited for everything we're going to create together, brother.
Congratulations, David Gonzalez, the first pick of the first ever Unblinded 10x10 ecosystem draft. Thank you so much. So the clock is Fernando Valencia. And Fernando, that's a big pick. I'm just going to call it what it is. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to dance around it. That is a big, bold, audacious first pick. Adam has come to play. Sean, what should Fernando be thinking about in his final 20 seconds before he has to reveal who his first pick is?
Yeah, listen, I'd be thinking you want to make the biggest move possible, and you want to make sure you could sign the pick. So Fernando is winding down that clock.
And just so everybody knows, there is a chance that some of the people that have been drafted are not going to be here tonight because they don't even know that they've been drafted. So after tonight, both Adam and Fernando need to do what all of you are going to start to do as well, which is tell people that they've been selected and then to use integrity-based human influence to get them to say yes. So Fernando, are you ready with your first pick of the 10 draft?
Sean, I am ready. Adam, that is an extraordinary pick, and David Gonzalez, it brings joy to my heart to hear you say what you said. You do deserve to be the first draft pick, and what a blessing that Unblinded has in having you join. So I thought about this long and hard, and I would say that if it was not for this formula, if it was not for Sean Callaghy merging ecosystems with the one and only Jared Yellen, and if it was not for Jared Yellen trusting to merge ecosystems with Fernando Valencia, this pick would not be possible. So everyone listening, Team Thunder's first pick for the first ever UBA is the one and only legend in personal development, author of a book everyone here knows and has sold over 500 million copies, the legend himself, the Jack Canfield.
Whoa. Fernando is coming to play. Absolutely extraordinary. So, Sean, what do you think about this pick? Jack Canfield as Fernando's number one.
Yeah, I think it's a tremendous pick. We've been honored and privileged to have Jack Canfield in our program, which Jared, you and your incredible relationship with him created that. And that was a mind-blowing moment. And then Jack has been so incredibly kind, generous, and trusting, as David has, in sharing and promoting this to his ecosystem, his world. And so I couldn't be more excited for Fernando, for Unblinded, and for everybody in the movement, because having Jack in this process, like David, is going to create extraordinary gravitational pull as they assemble their teams of 10. So this is a remarkable day, an incredible way to start.
I was speaking to Jack recently, and Jack declared that this is the year of acceleration for Jack Canfield. So I cannot think of a better way to accelerate than 10 by 10. Fernando Valencia, congratulations on that pick. So up next, we have Adam Gugino for his second pick. You have 30 seconds. I like to pull in Vivian just to see, like, Sean, like, what does Vivian think about Adam's second pick? So Vivian, I believe you're here. Like, what should Adam be thinking about in this second pick? Because, like, Jack Canfield, like, that's a big deal, right? Like that definitely, like, that just shook the world a bit. Like, what should Adam be thinking about in the second pick?
I'm thinking he needs to be thinking Oprah.
Vivian, do you think Fernando, like, let's go for it. Like, how's this? Who in the ecosystem will eventually sign Oprah? Because my hallucination is that eventually every major influencer in the world of integrity is going to be a part of the UBA. And so Vivian, maybe it's you. Maybe you eventually sign Oprah. So
yeah, I like it.
And by the way, Vivian, just out of curiosity, like, how clear are you on what's happening right now? Like, if you were going to explain to somebody in 2 sentences what's happening tonight, like the magnitude of it to you, the meaning, magnitude, however you want to represent it, what would you say?
It's a life-changing opportunity to pair up with people that are going to become your family, that will make all your dreams come true.
That's awesome, Vivian.
Beautiful.
With that said, let's get Adam Gugino's second pick. Adam, are you ready, brother?
Yeah, so Team Lightning, second pick. I felt I needed some feminine energy. This person has been a powerhouse ever since she learned about what was happening and looking to accelerate. She's one of the most incredible speakers, best-selling author, probably the best relationship coach in the world. My second pick, Dimple the Crar.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's about 2 a.m, Dimple time. So
She's probably out there. She's probably up and out there ready to go.
you can feel it.
Dimple has been labeled inside the Unblinded team as the most competitive person in the entire ecosystem. That has been a label that's been attached to her. So this is like David Gonzalez Dimple as a 1-2 for Adam Gugino on Team Lightning. Extraordinary. And fire. So amazing. And Fernando is on the clock.
Fernando, you are on the clock, sir. So you have 30 seconds. Dimple as a number 2 is a very big pick. Sean, what do you think Fernando should be thinking about with this number 2? Because it needs to be strategic at this point. There's some competitive goddess energy that just entered into Adam Gugino's team.
Absolutely. And I think for everybody, because remember, you're modeling this as you build out your 10. What I think Adam did so effectively, and where Fernando should be thinking, is Adam took, David Gonzalez has beautiful, ridiculous ecosystem equity. He has incredible, beautiful heart and goddess energy. And he's certainly competitive and a wonderful person, but Dimple is like a driver. Dimple's a driving, competitive, laser-focused, like, make it happen, relentless, person. So there's a beautiful balancing of the energies between David and Dimple. And as I look at Fernando, I think, it's like that balancing. So Jack Canfield, I think there's some similarities energetically between Jack and Gonzalez. So I'm curious to see where Fernando's going to go here. So Fernando, what do you got, brother?
Well, sir, I will say this, that as I thought long and hard of these 10, my heart pulled me towards the strength of women and women entrepreneurship for the future. And I don't think it's by chance that we both chose such powerful female figures. Dimple is absolutely incredible and has been part of our movement for forever and truly understands the language. So Sean, Jared, and our entire ecosystem for Team Thunder's second overall pick on the first ever Unblinded Business Draft, I am blessed to have a 2-for-1 in the one and only Kay and Shy.
Ooh.
Off the charts.
Oh,
Is that
Two
allowed?
for the price of one.
Is that allowed?
Two for the
Yeah,
price
Adam
of one.
Gugino is already whining and complaining. It took 2 picks. And Adam has David Gonzalez and Dimple, and he's already going, that's not legal. What's happening?
The first pick. It didn't matter that I had the first pick then. He's got more now. All right. All right.
So I actually did reach out to Kay and Shy because I had a feeling they would be selected. And I said, if you can't make it, because these are two beautiful souls that have many kids between the two of them, can you record a short video just in case? And this is the short video from Kay and Shy.
Hey there, Unblinded community. Kay and Shy here, and we are super excited to have been drafted to Team Thunder.
Fernando, we are so excited to partner with you in the 10x10 ecosystem merger, and to be part of the first round draft is so thrilling and exciting. We absolutely cannot wait. You know, we have been looking for a new networking opportunity, and to do something that wasn't the same as everything else, this is it. Yes, we love Jared, we love Sean, we love Adam, we love Fernando. The entire Unblinded team is just phenomenal. And we cannot be more grateful for the opportunity or humbled by the ask to be drafted in this first of the 10x10. So thank you guys. We cannot wait to get started. And I know this is going to be a rockin' way to grow our businesses. Yep, whether you're Team Lightning or Team Thunder, we're just glad that you're Team Unblinded and you're here with us today. Thanks, everyone.
And Jared, can you share just a little bit of the background? Actually, let Fernando, why these folks and who are they?
You know, my first choice was because of their energy, the ability and how they truly act as one. They're symbiotic is proof of their understanding, emotional intelligence in relationships. And then comes like all the actual accomplishments. So my first choice was on personality. Outside of that, you know, they come from a family of business. They come from the creating restaurant chains and franchises, truly understanding ecosystem mergers. And they've generated millions for, you know, hundreds if not thousands of people in the coaching consulting space through what we now know is ecosystem merging and tons of digital marketing experience. So Jared, if you can please add some flavor to that. I am grateful for you once again for your ecosystem capital, and you're connecting with us and, you know, allowing us to draft Kay and Shy.
What I'm present to, that if I was in this draft, it would be a very, very different experience right now. So you guys are lucky that I'm not. But yes, Kay and Shy, I mean, off the chart entrepreneurs. They generate over $90 million for John Maxwell. They are one of the core trainers at the John Maxwell team. They actually teach marketing to the 50,000 John Maxwell trainers, along with a host of other things. They are franchisors that I think have 15 restaurants at this point. And what they have done during Corona to support their restaurants is one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen in my life as an entrepreneur. What they've done to galvanize energy, keep their doors open, empower people to go into the restaurants, to take food out, giving food to people that are working in hospitals and other venues as well. Kay and Shy are the real deal, and they really understand ecosystem merging. I've had the pleasure of merging ecosystems with them for years now. Fernando, my friend, it was a 2-for-1, and it was a very, very good 2-for-1. Adam, if I was you, my eyeballs will be sweating a little bit right now, because that right there was pretty serious. So I don't know what you have for your third pick. I'm not sure, but the clock has started. 30 seconds. Vivian, what do you think about the 2-for-1? What are your thoughts on that one?
that is such a cheat, man. Fernando is making out like a bandit. I don't know. It's unfairly awesome, and I love it, and the ladies are amazing. So I just say, I hope that you have the same kind of energy and you have a great energy pick, like good upper a galvanizer in your arsenal.
Awesome. Sean, what would you say? Like as Adam is thinking about this third pick, like what like dominant energy do you think he should gravitate to in this third pick?
Oof, tough call. I think you have to think of the chemistry of the team. I have a couple thoughts of who I would pick next, but you know, you got David, Dimple, you know, I think David's got a larger ecosystem overall. Dimple's got an incredible access, beautiful ecosystem, but has great energy. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some ecosystem access, or, you know, like we're looking validator with influencing skill sets. So Adam, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, I mean, first I have to congratulate Fernando on his first 2 picks. Incredible. Kane Shy, Jack Canfield. Unbelievable picks. Looking forward to this competition. Like you were saying, Sean, I'm for my 3rd pick, I feel like I need some Zeus energy for sure. I need an influencer, just a leader. And when I think about all of those things, the name that comes to mind for my 3rd pick is Mr. Chris Crone.
Ooh. Adam Gagino coming to play. Wow, Mike Smikin just said, holy SH. Wow, great pick. Boom. Mike Smikin said, I want Unlightened. Wow.
Whoa, Fernando, Michael Smikin. Whoa.
My 5D listening, brother.
Yep, I'm hearing
So
that.
I know I saw Chris Crone on here earlier. I think his connection was in and out. So when we get him back here, we'll have him share what it means to be the 3rd pick. But
Chris Crone, 500,000 YouTube subscribers, and that is not even remotely what makes Chris. One of the best public speakers in the world. The dude owns his own convention center in Utah, and pound for pound, the best, I believe this, the best monetizer of YouTube in like the world. Like member for member, dollar for dollar, could teach anybody on the planet how to maximize leverage YouTube. And he helps people break through emotional dynamics and challenges, which is probably most unknown superpower. Chris is the real deal. Renaissance man all the way. And I mean, Adam, quite the lineup, brother.
well done, Big AG. Fernando Valencia, you are up next. Sean, what energy do you think that Fernando should seek out in this 3rd pick? Because Chris Crone is a dominant Zeus. So what do you think?
Yeah, he should be doing something, because the chat, Michael Smikin's going with all of a sudden is leaning towards Team Lightning. So Fernando, you got like 15 seconds left, brother. And like you came in thinking dominance. And all of a sudden there's a lot of momentum on at Team Lightning side. So what is it going to be, Fernando?
So this pick was important and critical. It's our 3rd pick. And, you know, everyone needs someone on the team. If you're playing soccer, that's going to, you know, step on some cleats. If you're playing basketball, going to throw a couple extra elbows. And, you know, we talk to everyone about the knows, the want, and the wishes. And I thought to myself, you know, proximity is power. I want someone who's been around the block. I want someone who understands the power of driving. I want someone who's actually already gotten results with this formula. And as I thought about our avatars, I really wanted to choose someone in the professional services who could really help open up that world and ecosystem. So to everyone listening and to my fellow co-founders and partners here, for the official 3rd pick of Team Thunder for the Unblinded business draft, we choose the one and only long-dadded Mac Daddy, the mayor of money, Mr. Rob Gill.
Rob Gill, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Rob Gill has been selected. I believe Rob is here. I saw that pretty face earlier. I think I'm unmuting you now, Rob. Rob, can you speak if that is you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Rob Gill.
What's up, Sean? Listen, Fernando, let me congratulate you right now before we go any further, because whoever came before me, it doesn't matter. Michael Jordan was drafted number 3. Not only do you get the version of the Jordan of the 80s, which, yes, I'll get in your face, but you'll also get the version of the 90s, which, by the way, my partners have successfully, Chris Crone and Sean Callaghy, benefited from what I bring to the table. You could ask them privately. And I assure you, for being picked 3rd and not 1st, I will make it rain, and I will make it rain, and then I'll make it rain some more. And I don't care who got picked ahead of me, even my partner, Chris Crone, because I'm coming for you.
Rob Gill, the mayor of money, the ambassador of results, formerly Big Sugar. I love you, brother. And listen, I'm going to tell you this. I know who and what you are. I don't think the ecosystem fully gets it yet.
Oh, they'll find out. It's coming.
Yeah. And numbers are going to be made public. Like people are going to see what's happening. It's going to be unbelievable, Rob. So congratulations. And I am so fired up and excited for this pick.
And I like that. I like that tight Corona do, man. You must have knew you were getting drafted tonight because that is looking extra tight today. Good for you. Good for you, Rob Gill. Congratulations on the pick. All right, Adam Gugino. Whew. Rob Gill as number 3. So you're up. You have 30 seconds. Vivian, what do you think that Adam should be thinking right now from a strategic standpoint? What type of person do you think would support Adam when it comes to the acceleration of Team Lightning?
I love how you have so much vote of confidence in my answer in that. I don't know. He has Dimple and he has David Gonzalez and Chris Crowder. I say he could go home now. So you tell me what you think is supposed to happen.
What do you think, like Adam's 4th pick, big pick? There have been big picks on both sides right now. I would say that both teams are like neck and neck right here, even though Fernando has 4 people in his 3 picks. But that's regardless. What are your thoughts on this 4th pick for Adam?
Yeah, so I think I like where Fernando went with somebody who truly has mastery over the formula, has benefited tremendously. Because as you think about building out your team, folks, going forward, you're going to want people that understand what's happening here, because it takes a little bit of time. You know, people don't see what they don't see. And Rob is going to validate and validate and validate. He's an incredible validator. And so, but I don't know, man, David Gonzalez, you know, Adam does have David Gonzalez and Dimple. I mean, they're insane validators. So is Chris Crone. There's validation all over the place there. So I don't know. I'm really super curious. So AG, what's up? Who's it going to be?
So a lot of thought went into this pick. Fernando touched on it, and it's about action. It's about execution. And this man, the moment he stepped foot into the real raw role play, into the ring, he saw his future in Unblinded, and he didn't hesitate. He co-created with us. He went to his company, and a leader at Ambit Energy, rock star movement, Steve Thompson.
Woohoo! That's a big pick right there.
That's a solid pick.
Listen, that pick is like a 300,000 person pick, because that's the size organization.
There you go.
I didn't see that coming.
100,000 person pick right there. Fernando, I don't know if you saw that one coming, but that is a pick. Sean, what are your thoughts on that pick?
Steve Thompson, 300,000+ folks from the network marketing space, the first network marketer in the draft, perhaps the face of network marketing in America, and somebody who lives on a 2,100 acre ranch, loves human beings from the minute I met him. And Jared, you know, that was an ecosystem that you had access to and a beautiful relationship with. He's a person of immense integrity, but also, as Adam said, process-driven, straight-up lunatic of scale and duplication, like Adam Gugino, who are from 0 to 500 people. So I love the pick. I love the pick. Fernando?
Pick. And listen, if there's a team party, Adam wins by far. Steve Thompson has 600 animals on his 2,100 acre ranch. And he's building a lake as we speak, literally. Like, who builds a lake but never quits? Steve Thompson does. Adam Gugino, very strategic, awesome pick. Fernando, you are on the clock. Sean, we're getting deep into strategy now. What do you think Fernando needs to be thinking about?
Yeah, I think what everybody consistently needs to think about, you know, who's going to be the person does he have that person yet to galvanize, keep the energy of the team? Does he have that operationalizer? Does he have the ambassador that's like the super connector and can go out there and make things happen? Yeah. So Fernando, what's it going to be with pick 4, brother?
You know, that was a great pick. And I was getting a little poked on going 2 for 1, even though they called themselves 1. So I think there was a little inside trading for Adam Gugino and that Steve Thompson pick. What I will say is this, though. He said something that was very critical. He said scale. So I said, you know, what is the language of business? And the language of business is numbers. So I wanted to be strategic with someone who is phenomenal at numbers, phenomenal at scale, and has done it through ecosystem merging. Now, this man has done some crazy, crazy figures in the world of finance. He's actually co-authoring a book with someone we would all know, and he's an absolute lunatic. He was part of our original Unblinded immersion in January. So for my 4th overall pick on the first ever Unblinded draft, I choose the dominant, the fearless, the family man, Joe Camberado.
Big right there. Joe Camberado.
No, it's interesting, Sean. So Joe has a division of his company. It's the most profitable division, and it's called his ecosystem merging division. So he has, I think, 14 people on that division, and all they do is merge ecosystems. They outperform his ad division. They outperform every division. Like, that is his division that has built his company. So Joe is someone that gets it, Sean. I love the strategy around that pick. What are your thoughts?
I love it too. Are we free to say, Jared, who he's co-authoring the book with, or that's not public yet?
I don't know if it's public, so we'll keep
Okay,
it private.
we'll keep it for now. But as Fernando said, it is somebody that would stand for process mastery in the world and be a name that virtually everybody would know. So fantastic pick. And keeping this moving to pick number 5. Jared, what do you think? Because brother, you take incredible pride in the draft process, Jared. So I want to get your thoughts on how you think this is shaping up so far and what you would be doing similarly and maybe differently than Fernando and Adam in service of everybody else who's going to be having their draft coming up soon.
So I do really look for distinctions in the draft. Team is something that is very important to me. And I also know that ecosystem merging is the single greatest way to build your business. It's an even playing field for everyone. You cannot be technical and you can build an ecosystem merger. You can spend $0 on running Facebook ads, optimizing your website, or doing anything else that doesn't really make sense. You can build an ecosystem merger. And I'm an example of this. I've taken a company from 0 to over 40,000 active users by doing this. I just didn't call it ecosystem merging. And if I was Adam right now, I would be thinking deeply about the professional space. The professional space of lawyers, accountants, people that are in a business where they're probably not really thinking about ecosystem merging yet. If they were exposed to it, they would immediately gravitate to it, and it would be the greatest accelerator for 2020 and beyond. So, Adam, if I was you, my friend, I would definitely think of someone, a leader in the professional services space, who's going to go out and build a 10 with you for their own 10 in that industry. But that is my thoughts, Sean. Sean, what are your thoughts with regards to where Adam should go with this pick?
My thought is that I want that to pop for everybody, that because I think people get so confused with networking. Like, Jared literally built it. Like, this is not a semantical phraseology. Jared got to 40,000 people on that platform because he had contracts. He had agreements. I do this, you do that. Like, I do this, you do that. And that's what ecosystem merging really is, a leverage dynamic of people coming together. So we're not using a semantical difference in title. We're like using legit. Jared has ongoing massive relationships that span all different sorts of verticals with people he's made, mutually beneficial agreements with. So I want that to really land. And I agree. The professional space is extraordinary. Real estate, insurance, finance, legal, accounting, these spaces spin off all sorts of different work in so many different directions. So Adam, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, that was the direction I was going. Before I go there, though, I do want to congratulate again Fernando on the last 2 picks. 2 people that absolutely exemplify the formula and success through it with Rob and Joe. So again, great job on those 2 picks. This next pick, I have to give credit to Sean conspiring on this one, because I know this is my stretch. This is somebody that I don't have a real relationship with, but I'm going to build one and I'm going to make it happen. And it's I love the female energy here. And for the legal space, I went with Tanya Freeman.
Boom! Oh.
I mean, this is like a Hail Mary.
I respect
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Tanya, straight up rock star. That's a phenomenal pick. Tanya went back, was in accounting before, professional space world, then went into legal and rapidly built an incredibly successful practice. So Adam, that's a heck of a pick right there, brother. And one I didn't see coming. We had conversations about all this, like total transparency, but I had not recalled the optics on how things were going to go down, what changes might be made. And I think it's a brilliant, brilliant strategic pick, because it's not how many Instagram followers you have. It's like what happens from there. And she's worked with super successful, high level people, but makes things happen and is really has great relationship capital in the entire legal and accounting world. That's a fantastic leverage pick. Great job, Adam.
Thank you.
And I know it too, Adam. She's hungry. She's the first person to join the new, the secret coaching program we have. So she's hungry. Fantastic pick. Love where you're going. I mean, compared to the first time you did this, this is just night and day. Like I can't imagine if you like publicly did what you did the first time. Like that may have not been too good for the brand Adam Gugino. But up next, we have Fernando Valencia. Fernando, that was a big pick by Big AG. So Sean, do you think Fernando should go safe with this? She could go risky. Like, where should Fernando go with this?
Yeah, I am really partial for everybody in the professional space. I think the professional space is blue ocean. Accountants, lawyers, doctors, architects, engineers, real estate, all these professions we're talking about. And they, in the coaching, training, speaking space, everybody thinks they're like a guru. And so it's crowded and there's egos. The professional space, there's certainly egos, but not egos in the space of like, I'm a great salesperson, I'm a great marketer. So I see a lot of blue ocean in that space, especially with how we're going to use the real raw influence offs. So yeah, Fernando, what's up?
So first, I know that my fifth pick is on here on the line, and she's already thinking I should have been number one. And the reason, and I won't say the name yet, I want you to know that there was a strategic reason why you were the fifth pick. And that's why it's because you're in the middle. You are the glue. You are the driver. You have a vision. You are one that does not look to understand the full image, yet is capable of taking action bit by bit and is a believer in what we're doing here. You have become a friend. The first time we spoke, you said yes to joining our mastery program, and we ended up agreeing to go see the Phantom of the Opera together. You have been a leader in our movement. Even though your voice is quiet, I'm glad your voice is getting louder now. You have taken a business from 4 to 20 million. You are a strong female driver energy. You are absolutely stellar, and I'm honored to be co-creating with you. The fifth pick for Team Thunder is the one and only Elle Anderson.
It's a big pick.
And Elle is with us tonight. So Elle, what are you present to, Elle? Let's get you unmuted there. There you go, Elle. You are unmuted.
I am excited. And, I know we have a lot of competitive energy here, but I am super, super competitive and always go the extra mile. I'm 100% committed. And when I say I'm committed like no one you've ever met is committed. I had a chance years ago to meet with a senator. I drove into DC and I was 7 months pregnant. Unbeknownst to me, I got food poisoning on the way. So I get to the hotel in the afternoon, I'm feeling badly. I get worse and worse. I'm cramping. I'm worried about the baby. Finally, I'm so sick, I have to call an ambulance. So if any of you know DC, not the best neighborhood. They take me to the closest hospital, which is like the worst neighborhood ever. I am in the emergency room. There's gunshot wounds, there's stabbings, and there I am. They take me in. Of course, they checked the baby first. He was fine. I am sick as can be. Like, you think food poisoning, you know what I'm talking about. Both ends, sick, disgusting. They take 5 hours before they can even get me somewhat stabilized. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I go to sleep. The nurse was as nice as can be, just kept coming in, cleaning me up when I was sick. Get up, I wake up at 5 a.m. I say to her, thank you. You have been the nicest nurse. I made such a mess for you. I feel terrible. Thank you. but I got to go. I have a meeting with a senator and I'm not going to miss it. So there I am in the worst neighborhood in DC.
Wow.
My puke clothes in my bag. The nurse gave me scrubs. This is even before Uber. I grab a taxi back to my hotel, get ready, and I made that meeting. So I am bringing it, and we are Team Thunder.
Team Thunder. Adam, just to let you know this. I've gotten a phone call from Elle every day. I have a voicemail, and I think she said we're going to crush, pulverize, annihilate. It was one of those words, Team Lightning. So Elle Anderson, so glad to have you on the team.
Let me jump in and say this, that this so perfectly embodies what this is all about and how confused the world is. How confused the world is. Because you give me 4 people with 5 million Instagram followers, and I'll take Elle Anderson over all 4.
100%.
Right, or 5, whatever number I said. Like, she has dropped the mic, totally insane, operationalizer, driver, takes, like, this isn't about words. It's not about pictures. It's not about, I'm all fired up. If I was in the locker room, I'd say the words, like, it's not about the BS. Like, and I want to say the words. Like, it's like, F that. Like, Elle makes it happen. People yap, talk, pose. She makes it happen. So that is a tremendous pick. I couldn't agree more. And this is what it's about, everybody. It's like, don't dream and wish you had the famous person. Like, are they going to do something? Right? Because I'm going to tell you this. Those famous people are going to end up like being an L's down like group, her 100. Like, that's who it's going to be. And L's going to be the operationalizer, teaching people how to make stuff happen. That's what this movement's about. And it's, you know what? I'm just dropping this all over the place. I talked to a PR firm not that long ago, and they were talking to me about, you know, you got to like do this and you got to do this and be in this magazine. I'm like, I don't have to be in any magazine. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, well, you know, like this whole thing is about like you. I'm like, this whole thing's not about me. This whole thing's about Elle Anderson. This whole thing is about people like that. It's about everybody else. It's not about me. That's why it's called Unblinded. It's about people having more money and less time and more magic, not posing. It's about people getting leverage and going to coach their kids' games and teams and sitting in the beach house together to make stuff happen. That's what this movement's about. It's about real people being the influencers that they are and redefining what sales and integrity is all about. And Elle represents every bit of it. Thank you, Elle. Great pick, Fernando. Adam's on the clock. Jared, what do you got?
I echo at every which way. Level 5 listening, which is, it wasn't even level 5. Elle just said it. Adam, you better watch out, brother man, because Elle is coming to get you. As Adam's on the clock, I'm going to give some shout outs to people who have their camera on. Wayne Lice, what is up, my friend? When you hear your name, you can wave. Peter Swain, commitment. That must be like 2 a.m. Craig from SoCal. Liba. We have Steve and Alethea. Look at the two of you. What is up over there? Stanley, my man, how are you? We have Gina Ritchie. Hello, hello. Sean Grossi in the house, brother. Courtney Epps, how are you? Shuling, how are you doing over there? Tiffany Noel Brown, what is up? Ron Brooks, my friend. Great to see you. Robert, my brother. Robert Salazzo, what is up, brother man? How are you? All right, we'll give some shout outs in a few. Adam Gagino, who do you got?
So I want to congratulate Elle. Elle, nothing but love. I want you to come for us as hard and as fast as you possibly can. And we look forward to it. Want nothing more than to see you win. You're unbelievable for this movement. Great pick, Fernando. My next pick, I met this gentleman at Date with Destiny. I'll never forget thinking he was bigger than life when I first really was introduced. He is a Russian mogul. He is an international deal maker. He brought 50,000 Russians to a Tony Robbins event several years back. He is just an incredible connector, genuine man, and I look forward to having Gil Petersil on my team for this next.
That is serious strategy right there. Sean, what are your thoughts on this? Because Gil is co-creating with Unblinded. And what are your thoughts?
So you ready? This is a testament for everybody who's still confused. Let me wake you up. If you're confused, let me wake you up. because you think you know what this is. Some people out there in the world, you don't, right? Because people are like, I don't get it. Like, how does Real Raw fit with like the accelerator with this whole thing? Well, you keep on napping and we're going to work every day, grinding. So it works like this. Gil has had tremendous influence in stages across the world with companies like Tony Robbins, Success Resources, dropping the mic everywhere, right? So Adam and Fernando go up and meet him, and he's like, yeah. And then there were 2 disruptions that took him from yeah to bring him in alignment like Rob Gill. Like, this is amazing what's happening here. 1, he saw me step on stage in front of a room of thousands of people. Scotoma created, he's like, whoa. Then he came on the Real Raw and seen it done in real time, and he was like, whoa. And the guy that knows everything and everyone in the world of personal development said, hey, let's co-create a program together, which we just did. And the other night we're, in module 20 of it, he and I rocking it out. Jared, phenomenal job of all the conversations, making that happen. So Gil's a part of this movement. We've co-created a program, and his ecosystem is an insane value. So Adam Gugino, you started that. Probably like half listen to you. Gil probably half listen to anything that you're talking about, but that's not even true. So let me drop the final mic part of this. The reason that he had such an incredible meeting originally with Adam, because Adam was already studying the formula.
And
Fernando. And Adam, when he first communicated with Gil said like, geez, I usually am the one listening. Like, I just talked the entire time, because Adam and Fernando were in the formula, level 5 listening. And that is where it all began.
Yes.
Great pick, brother.
Great pick. And for those that are like, what are we co-creating? Wednesday night, it goes live. It's called Ethical Dealmaker. We are having a pre-launch just for the Unblinded movement. So be on the lookout for an invitation. We're going to be teaching you what it looks like to form ethical deals with the ethical deal maker himself, and Sean Callagy, #1 in the world at teaching influence. So Fernando, you're on the clock. That is a big, bold pick from Adam Gugino. And as you're sitting there thinking about who you're going to pick, I'm going to give some more shout outs here. What is up, Liba and Karen Sanders? Deepak is in the house. What's up, brother, over there? Marina Garcia, hello, how are you? Erica, what is up? Jay Levine, I am loving that do, bro. I am loving that thing. Get that hat on. No, you take it off. I mean, that is Corona Dew all over it. That is amazing. Craig, what is up, Craig B? Reed Winnick, how are you, my friend? You are just stepping into influence mastery. Awesome job. All right. Fernando, are you ready? Or do you need me to keep giving shout out to buy you some time?
I'm ready, man. Listen, Adam, that was an absolutely amazing pick. If I was sitting out there, I'd want to be drafted on Team Lightning. That is a heck of a team, brother. So, I thought about this, and I wanted to continue to anchor on, the power of the female energy. I'm not saying goddess energy. I'm talking on the power of female entrepreneurship. And I also wanted to add some youth energy. And at the same time, as I thought about our avatars at Unblinded, we look for, celebrities, actors, and movie producers. We have those of community influencers, like people in chamber and online influencers, and those of professional services. And I thought to myself, who has a lot of reach in our ecosystem to some pretty eccentric celebrities, really cool people, and it's just absolutely phenomenal at thinking of a process that have them see their future in us. She's been part of our movement for a long time. She's connected, dialed in, massive proximity to all of us, and just an absolute joy and fun to be around. So for our 6th pick, Team Thunder, we're choosing the powerhouse of PR, Shannon O'Donnell.
Oh, Shannon O'Donnell's in the house.
Wow. Whoa.
Here.
Insider, what's going on over there?
Want to be wild from Coach Woods.
That's what you call proximity, everybody.
Oh.
What's up, Shannon?
Shannon, what if you didn't get drafted? What if?
Remarkable. We're out of social distancing since Shannon has been very appropriately in her world of social distancing. So Shannon comes out of the tunnel, so they want to be wild, Emerson Cavo style. So what is present for you, Shannon?
Not a competition, but if it was, we'd win.
I think some people, because you, listen, I'm a little eccentric. I could live with that. Would you agree with that?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're a little eccentric.
I'm told.
Yeah, could you live with that? Right. So let's just like let the world know, right? And this is like always hard to pull out of you, right? But let's let the world know like how rock star you are, like in terms of just getting stuff done. Like you talk about big dreams, big moves. That's what I say to Fernando. Like we're talking about all the players in the game. Like you are big moves, are you not?
It sounds like a rap lyric, and I think that
Don't downplay it. Like don't downplay it. Like
I think my teammate, by the way, Jack Canfield, will be able to recount more rap lyrics than anyone on our team. It's a surprise, and we'll challenge him to that. But I think that I'm the person who finds the rock stars. So maybe it's their energy that sprinkles to me like fairy dust. But my talent is finding rock stars. So.
And for everybody out
so
there.
my downline is going to be bomb.
So for everybody out there, Shannon, I think I'm so honored because Shannon can be a very difficult person to get on the phone. Shannon is an extraordinary demand and she's an artist, like in a bit of like an eccentric artist. So it's like, there needs to be something that she sees having impact, worthiness. She's incredibly mission driven. So why are you seeing things in this? Like what's here for you, Shannon?
Wow, I'm going to project an idea. And I just texted some people. I see this next year when we're all allowed to leave our homes being like like an NBA draft pick. Like we're planning a party. This is only the beginning. Like I'm saying Lay's tips right now. You're going to go back to this video. I'm going to be emailing you a year from now and we're going to be doing a partnership. And it's going to be like a draft party to remember. And we'll be able to play this on a bigger screen and LOL.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So that's why I'm in it. Yeah.
Well,
just to give Shannon a shout out, like Shannon during the immersion, like 2 days before, because Sean loves to innovate, even like after things started. Like we're gonna do a dinner, and we need 30 people there. And Shannon convinced people with her version of integrity-based human influence, she didn't know it yet, to leave New York City to come to New Jersey, which that is some severe influence right there. That takes quite a bit. And
getting like 35 fashion people from New York City to Jersey and with a couple hours notice is always fun.
Fill the room. Shannon, awesome to see you here. I'm excited. Fernando.
And by the way, one of the people who's in my downline, Jerome, he just designed Beyonce's new collection. So
just saying, just whatever.
He's a fan of Unblinded now.
Good.
And he was very hesitant, I must say. So, and then within like an hour, he was like such a fan. So yeah, that speaks a lot.
That's Shannon. And I want to say this. Now, my integrity-based influence, right? And first, of course, I have to, Mona, are you here? Oh, she's on call. Oh my goodness. So she's like, perhaps the singular reason why Shannon and I connected. So super grateful. And she's in this ecosystem. And how do you now feel about New Jersey, having been a person, like as averse as Mike Crouppen was to leaving Beverly Hills? I think that's how averse Shannon was to coming from New York to New Jersey. And what do you think now, Shannon, of New Jersey?
Well, now he's doubly asking me when I will leave. Yeah. That's awesome. I know New Jersey's great, but I still like New York, and I like Mike Crouppen and his connections to Spigo. But all being said, I think that Mona is actually really worried about what she's developed, because now the mission's on and she's in the middle of it because it's gonna get intense. Hi everybody. Hi.
So I secretly drafted both of them while drafting Shannon. So that's another 2-for-1.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's amazing. So let's hear it one more time for thank you, Mona. We acknowledge you for being source for Shannon. Amazing, Shannon. Since we have been socially distancing, you've been immersed. Can we have a hug? This is our first hug.
Oh my goodness! I don't want to hug this. You guys can witness it live. Oh, can I have a hug too then? Or is that okay?
So this is what the immersion is all about. The UBA, right? everything we have going. And Shannon is predicting preposterously extraordinary things coming up. And she is a straight up PR, non-PR disruptive genius. So that is a deep, brilliant pick, Fernando Valencia.
Well,
Thank you, Mr. Callie.
Adam, you are on the clock. Leva, go do more of what you were just doing outside. That was craziness. So everybody can see you. Do that light thing you were just doing, Leva. That was extraordinary. If you can do that again. If not, that's okay. But Leva definitely wins. Like the coolest thing I've seen on camera. Anybody else see Leva just like do her dance? Like thumbs up if you saw that, because that was extraordinary. I tried to take a screenshot of it but it wouldn't work because you're moving too quickly. But Leva had lights on herself. She was spinning around in circles. Absolutely wonderful. What's up, Lorelai? What's up, LJ Lewis? Kate Nova is in the house. Nate Z, what is going on, man? Adam, are you ready for your next pick?
Yeah, I'm ready. Again, I need to say great pick. Straight up, Shannon's a straight up PR genius. Incredible pick. I'm sure you guys are going to do great things together. Jerome, I was planning on, working with him a little bit. We've been talking, but I know you got sourced on that one. So, all right, we'll let that one go. But my next pick, back to the professional space, I've always found the functional medicine arena to be something special. And I'm a believer in its growth, and always found myself holistically trying to help myself with problems. And since we've been doing Unblinded and working so close with Jared in that space, I found that I see them as visionaries, and the functional medicine practitioner understands influence, and they understand it in a way because the way that they look at it, and when we have these discussions, it's the impact of what a yes means to their customers, their patients. It doesn't only change their life, but potentially lives of generations to come. So the functional medicine practitioner is the space that I want to really take hold of. So my next pick is actually a leader in that space, a entrepreneur, process mastery genius, and his name is Carl Crewmaker.
That's a new name. Not a new name. Carl is on planet Earth. The way that I say that David Gonzalez on planet Earth is the best at building emotional rapport. Carl on planet Earth, when it comes to process mastery, I would put him at the top of the top of the top. Wow. And he leads an ecosystem of tens of thousands of the top health entrepreneurs in functional medicine, the naturopathic industry, health coaching. Adam, that pick, I got you 15,000 rock stars in the health industry that stand to shift the paradigm on what real health is. That is what I'm talking about, man. That is what 10 by 10 is about.
And when I had that conversation with him, such a humble guy. I mean, it was just like talking to your friend next door. I mean, that's.
So just so everybody knows, Adam, just so everybody knows, so that's a signable pick for you. That's down with the program, right? Because you think of the draft in MLB, NFL, NBA, one of the questions is, hey, could you sign the pick? So this is somebody that is signable and ready to go, Adam. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, I would think that we can sign him for sure.
That's awesome. That is absolutely extraordinary.
Adam, wonderful pick. Everybody, please take a look at Leva. She went back outside with her butterfly wings. There's a little bit of a break on this 10 by 10 draft. That is just exceptional. Unbelievable. In the chat, what are you present to with Leva's butterfly wings? In the chat. And as everybody shares what they're present to, Fernando, you better get that. Was a big pick. Carl K is a new name inside the Unblinded movement. So I'm not sure where you're going from here, but as everybody is sharing what they're present to with Leva's wings, Sean, what do you think should be the direction that Fernando goes?
Well, quick thing, I'm thinking about that. I'm also thinking about, for everybody out there who's watching, and we're having a little bit of fun with different parts of this, certainly, how is this shaping? Make some comments in the chat, but how is this shaping how you're viewing putting your 10 together? How is this shaping? What insights, innovations, distinctions are present for you? And second, what is it that you bring to the party that you're ready to bring to your team for your draftability? You know, if you're a player, it's like I'm going to bring influence. I'm going to bring time block. I'm going to, galvanize. I'm going to be a validator. I'm in the formula. I'm succeeding. What do you bring as a draft pick? And what are you learning? What distinctions, vertical innovations, what's becoming present for you in how you see your draft formulating? And now, as far as Fernando goes, I mean, Adam's got some huge moves right there. But Fernando just dropped Shannon, who creates access literally to every famous person on planet Earth, literally by like one step removed. So this is just extraordinary. I'm present to the extraordinariness, and I'm just excited to see where Fernando goes next. So what do you got, brother?
Adam, I love that pick. I love what Carl stands for in the world. There's just tons of alignment with what he does, and Unblinded. Incredible pick. And I thought to myself, this pick has to be good. It really has to be good. And I wanted to get strategic. I really did. And, Sean, you said something at the beginning that really touched my heart when you said I could be, really highly misunderstood. And the reason why I chose this person is because she has given me the feeling of being understood. Maybe before, most other people on this call. Her seeing and listening of me has been phenomenal. And I said, Alta, let me get a little crafty. I can't draft Sean, but I can draft Callaghan Law. I wanted someone that was diligent. I wanted someone that was responsive. I wanted someone that was an absolute beast at not hiding. And I had only one option. And that option was someone who has already said yes, who's excited and ready to go. Powerhouse in the world of influence and having people say yes with crazy amounts of integrity. The one and only Hala Jaludi.
Boom.
Whoa.
Hala Jaludi, ladies and gentlemen.
Big pick. And Hala is here. So let's unmute her. Hala, what are you present to?
Oh my God. I'm present to, we are going to assassinate lightning because my friend, I'm bringing the thunder.
Hala Jaludi, ladies and gentlemen, she is one of the most persistent, aggressive, assertive, relentless. She started calling me the other day at like noon and called me to like midnight. So she got me on the phone because she wanted to like make a move with something that is going on in the ecosystems that are related to both of us. So that is one tremendous pick. And Hala, I am proud of you. I'm grateful for you. And I see you bringing it. And you've been bringing it already. Like you're building out your 10. And so great job, Hala.
I'm so excited. Sean, one thing though. Rob Gill, this is a message for him. He is lucky he is on our team. But I'm never going to live it down that he was picked first.
That is true.
I am never going to live that down. But Rob Gill, we're on the same side, buddy.
Yeah. And listen to this. Hal and I had privilege to fly across the country on a private plane, going out to a charitable event for the blind. And it was on that flight that I think the biggest breakthroughs came in the folks that were on that plane, which included Rob Gill and included Hala. And for you, Hala, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing this work. And I think truly, Hala, because you've been insanely busy and focused, I think truly we haven't even begun to co-create. And I think this is the beginning. And I am super excited that Fernando and you have aligned and are ready to rock and roll.
Thank you. So ready.
I want to acknowledge you. You've come so far in this past 6 weeks of discussing ecosystem merging. Fernando, this, my friend, is a stellar pick. Hala, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm honored, Hala. Thank you.
Honored. Thank you so much.
So Adam, you are up next. So Sean, I'm curious. If you were in Adam's shoes right now, what would you be thinking?
I'd be thinking, I can't say what pick, but something that will be at least present in my mind is where does the legal vertical fit into the equation on that side? I think that's an incredible access point as we described earlier, but I'd be, listen, if I'm Adam or Fernando, if it stopped right now, I mean, these are just ridiculous teams for both people representing men, women, people of color, access points of experience and fame, ecosystem vertical power. It's a beautifully diverse group for both. And that's what I am present to. Adam, what do you got, bro?
Symbiotic. Yeah. Another amazing pick. So I really got to dig deep here after Hala and obviously the Callaghy team. I'm sure you'll have access there. So incredible pick. This next pick, it's a little bit of a stretch for me, but this person has massive persuasion and influence abilities, well-known, been on every TV show, every channel, NBC, Steve Harvey, CBS, everything across the board. Best-selling author. She's an incredible, once again, female entrepreneur. And I am looking forward to seeing if I could sign Jan Hargrave.
Boom. Whoa. That is like, man, that was not a setup. That was not a setup. I did not know that was coming next. When I said legal, like the legal world, Jan Hargrave, the foremost body language expert in the country. Another beautiful example. Thank you, Lorelei, for the incredible access and connection to Jan. Lorelei is, got her ecosystem merging all over the place out there. And Jan, tops in the world in body language, connections, contacts, across the board in the legal world and the financial world, Adam. Big time in the financial world as well. And Jan, I think the ecosystem merging, the acceleration, Jan's been on the real raw now twice. And I think we got a lot of incredible momentum there. And I think that's a drop the mic, off the hook, phenomenal pick. Congratulations, Adam.
Very well done, Adam. I like how you're stretching yourself, man. I like how you're tons of respect. So Fernando, would you get yourself ready and get some shout outs? What's up, Mike Walsh? What is up, Tony? Get up and grow. What is going on?
Oh, Tony R.
We have Nick Knudsen. We have Joan Greco in beautiful Hawaii. Hope you are absolutely wonderful. Let's see who else is here. Tony, your camera, if you want to shout out. This thing is moving pretty quickly. Let's see who else is with us. Ed Green in the house. Not sure if I said your name before. Let's see here. Ricky, I can't see your face, but I do see your camera is turned on. Karen Sanders, hello, how are you? Fernando, what do you have in your next pick?
We are round 7. These picks are getting critical. I've been blessed and honored to have some pretty big names join the team. And I wanted to, keep anchoring here on proximity. And I really wanted to have someone I've worked with, someone I've built an amazing relationship with. And in our 3 avatars, I really wanted someone with community influence. I wanted someone with insane levels of integrity, someone who plays in the world of, politics, not dabbling, simply with integrity, always staying in the middle, always doing what's right. I would dare say a people's champion, someone who has committed, and this is why he was so attractive, committed to revolutionizing what chambers are, what they do, and how they serve their members. And we're all clear that it's what we're doing here at Unblinded. He is a wannabe millennial. I can say that. I'm excited to tag him in. I believe he's here, so let's have him speak. The president of the Meadowlands, one of the largest chambers here in New Jersey, president of the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce, Jim Kirkos.
Jim Kirkos, ladies and gentlemen.
I love that pick. Let's see, is Jim here with us? That is an awesome, awesome pick. Yes, Jim Kirkos is in the house.
While you're activating, Jared, Jim, like when I say networking, I'm not knocking these incredible organizations. I'm saying that Jim Kirkos is an ecosystem merger because it's not surface with this man. It's deep, it's real, and he embodies everything in the world a chamber of commerce is supposed to be and a leader of a chamber of commerce is supposed to be. He's, in my mind, like the representative of not only the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce and its 1,300 plus members, but exactly what these ecosystems are created to be. He represents it at the highest level in the nation. So I'm super fired up for that pick.
Hey guys, thank you so much. I am absolutely honored, Fernando. I am totally psyched to be on your team. And one of the things, Sean, when we were doing the Real Raw, you asked me a question. And one of the questions, we were having some fun around the whole competition piece. And you asked me a question about competition. And what was my answer?
Your answer was, well,
none. My answer was none.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to lead up to how humble you are, and you dropped the Zeus energy. So it was phenomenal, Jim. So
I tell you what I get from Unblinded the most. I get that energy, and every time I participate in these calls and in the huddles and everything that you do, Sean and the team, and Jared, thank you so much for always reaching out and asking how I am and how my family is. And this has been a tough time for everybody, but I am totally psyched and totally committed. So I'm with you.
Yeah, and for those all around the world, remember, Jim is from here in New Jersey, the Meadowlands, New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, right, which is at the Meadowlands where the Jets and Giants, NFL football teams play, and it's an incredibly important organization, not only in the Meadowlands area, but for the entire state of New Jersey and region. And we are, of course, at the epicenter of what's happening with Corona. So many businesses that Jim leads, connects, is the figure for, are struggling, hurting, and challenged deeply. And he's been an unbelievable leader. And I call, in my heart, Jim is like the Rocky Balboa of the world of business. And remember, Rocky was a world champ. Like, this is like what it looks like. And so in the spirit of L. Anderson, Jim Kirkos, it just, these are people making it happen for real, for humans. So Jim, it's a pleasure. And let me ask you this, Jim, like, how you feel like seeing the people and encountering these different, representatives of all these different walks of life in this draft. Like, what are you feeling and thinking about?
I tell you what, I'm really excited, Sean, because I was talking to my wife earlier today about Unblinded, and I was just sharing her what the journey that I'd like to be on here, and it's for me. And I'm so Fernando hit it perfect. Like, I'm a wannabe millennial. I'm 62, and he jokes with me about that all the time. But it's kind of like I feel like this is the next chapter in not only my life and my career, but what I can do in the mission that I've always had in a purpose-driven organization like the Chamber. And I want to take it to level. So I see it as a total new learning opportunity for me. I feel as excited as I was when I first went into college back in the late 80s.
Oh, it's an honor and a privilege. And I've known of your work for at least 15 years, Jim. And, thank you. And
thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
The true measure of someone's character is when things get difficult, what shows up. And Jim Kirkos, my man, there's a whole lot that shows up with you. Fernando, absolutely exceptional pick. Jim, very excited for you, my friend. Very excited for you. Adam, I don't know what you're going to pull now. I mean, that is like the face of Chambers.
Jim, incredible man. Loved all he did for the event. Great pick, Fernando. I know you have an amazing relationship with him. You guys are going to do great things. I've been really thinking hard about this next pick, and it is somewhat of a stretch for me, but I'll tell you what, when I heard that Sean had said this is a brother from another mother, so many similarities, and these two were on the phone for hours, and more than that, he gets it. He gets what we're doing. And back to the professional space, real estate is something that I really want to own here. And this next pick, this guy's just an absolute beast. Michael Mayer.
Boom. That is.
I think you should speak about this, because Sean had like an adult play date on Zoom with Michael.
Yeah,
Mayer.
Sean, please.
It's like brothers from another mother. Why is this pick such a big pick?
Okay, so thank you, Jared. Michael Mayer is one of the most integrity-filled business leaders, incredibly successful, best-selling author, and truly in the entire world. I mean, I have a lot of certainty about the work that we do in the world and its uniqueness. The closest body of work in what we talk about in ecosystem merging and process mastery that I've ever encountered, which I only began to read after he was on The Real Raw and I was on his show, The Daily Dose. And I started reading his work, and I'm like, dude, this is unbelievable. Not only we're both baseball players, we both have, incredible similarities in our worldview and our value structure. I couldn't believe what his book, The 7 L's of Communication, 7 Levels of Communication, I was like in shock of how it embodied different words, but concepts of ecosystem merging, the leveraging, like the style of what we do with practice mastery is literally what he talks about, trains on, coaches on, and leads on in the space of real estate. And I was like blown away. The guy's a straight up genius, integrity-based influencer. He leads the generosity generation is his work. And yeah, I mean, this is like drop the mic. And Jared, you know him, you love him. I mean, your thoughts.
Huge pick. I mean, I met Michael about 1.5 years ago, merged ecosystems with him. When Unblinded became a reality, I remember thinking to myself, like, this is Sean's brother from another mother. I mean, the way that they hold themselves, the way they carry themselves, the way they talk about their children and playing sports and coaching, and most importantly, their integrity. Like, Michael is a man of integrity. He does the right thing at all times. And this is what it looks like, everybody. Like, this is ecosystem merging. Like, 1 + 1 equals way more than 2. Like, way more. I don't know what the number is. It's definitely more than 10. I would say it's in the 50s, 60s, and it could even hit 1 trillion. Michael Mayer gets it. There's going to be no convincing here. This is someone that's going to be frictionless. And Adam Min, this is access into an entire industry called real estate. I did see somebody pop on here that was drafted earlier. So Chris Crone, I know you get a little shy sometimes.
Chris Crone, Superman is in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Sorry for losing reception, but really glad to be here with you guys all right now. And Sean, I love you and Jared and Adam, you guys' entire team. You guys just create incredible value wherever you go.
Well, Chris, brother, we are partners. We are friends. We are building companies together and worlds together. And, it's pretty cool to have a guy that owns his own convention center, like, in this whole thing. So how does it feel, just for everybody out there, how does it feel? People want to be a speaker. They want to be on stage. How does it feel to have, like, your own convention center with people literally flying from all over the world to come to you in Utah? How does that feel, Chris? Like, what's present for you with that?
Having done 1,000 events and knowing exactly what it feels like to be the guest in someone else's house, I had no idea what the home front advantage would look like in my own house. And I got to say, I don't know if I can ever go back. I don't think I can ever speak on a different stage. It's just different, right? I mean, I got to spend $1 million on making sure that the stage, the lighting, the effects were everything that we wanted it to be. And so it's a great feeling. I can't wait for the world to open back up a little bit more, because we have some exciting events that I'm excited to start putting back on. I actually miss it. I'm in withdrawals. So I'm excited for the world to get back to normal.
And Chris, we have a beautiful Silicon Valley startup that is growing, existing, launching in proximity. And I am very clear that a lot of the incredible relationships that you'll be formulating here, we'll all be formulating here, are going to be incredible matches for the world of proximity. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'm thrilled about it, Sean. As an influencer, I monetize a dozen different channels, and there's a big missing channel in the space right now, and I can't believe it doesn't exist, because the technology is so available and accessible, but people haven't acted yet. And our Silicon Valley company is going to allow influencers to finally connect with their tribe in new ways that they want to, that other platforms like YouTube or other social media platforms simply don't allow. And I've been testing it right now with my crowd. Right now I'm bringing in about 7 years worth. I'm spreading about 7 years worth of content every month, and yet YouTube does not allow me to interact with those individuals that are seeing me on YouTube. I have to get creative. And so Proximity is a great tech company that will help anyone that has any kind of following at any size connect in way more meaningful manners, and also create a marketplace for breaking down the barriers of how fans and followers can actually gain immediate access to the people that they want to directly learn from. So I'm really pumped about it.
Yes, no, extraordinary. I'm as well. Chris, so when we first started meeting and talking, and I like, this is not a prep question. I haven't asked you this yet, I don't think. I flew out to your house after we met at an innovation session in New York City for Clicksters. So I flew out, I was hanging out, and I started talking about things like this that are happening tonight. And what did you think then in terms of like, is this guy crazy or not? And then what are you thinking now with what's happening?
You know, Sean, you and I were put on a team with an unbeatable challenge. We were told that this challenge had never been won before. And you and I were picked on our team as the spokesperson. And man, you kicked it off and you closed strong. I was sandwiched right in the middle. And after you and I ended up taking down the house, I realized, oh my gosh, Sean is a guy that not only I really want to know in business, but seriously, this is a brother. This is someone that I deeply admire, someone that I really respect, someone that has insane results, but also just has such an amazing, genuine character. And since that time, we've become partners in multiple ventures. And it has just been, for me, probably one of my all-time favorite ecosystem mergers, literally ever.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I have to say, Chris, is this. Rob Gill, our partner, is on Team Thunder, and you're on Team Lightning. And he's throwing it down and saying, like, he's coming Rocky Balboa style for the world champ like yourself, Apollo Creed. So we're going to find out what happens.
I'm not confused.
So, Chris.
Honored.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here and, just all fired up.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right. Up next, Fernando. That was plenty of time. Think about your next pick. So
I'm clear, brother. I'm clear.
And if you are clear, who does the next pick for Team Thunder go to?
So this next pick, we're running down. This has been a long draft. We're here. We're down to our final 2 picks. I've had the pleasure of working with her on a different venture in the past. I call her the Amazonian warrior because she's an absolute beast in the world of sales, scale, professional services. She is an accountant. She speaks on stages of tens of thousands with people like Les Brown and Eric Worre, who is like an absolute legend in the world of multi-level marketing, network marketing. She's an author, and she's all about more relaxing, less taxing. She's a ball of energy. She scaled her business. I dare call her a friend, Miss Courtney Epps.
Courtney Epps, $7,500 a month to $250,000 a month in a professional services space out of nowhere. She is a straight up rock star.
And Sean, she's just getting started. She has replaced herself now. The acceleration is just getting started. Fernando, huge pick. I saw Courtney on here earlier. She had to leave.
Yes.
But huge pick, man. I love that. Perfect duo. The dynamic between you two is very, very special.
And I'll say this, Jared, about Courtney. When Courtney, we met through the Tony Robbins ecosystem. Courtney was a platinum partner. And it seemed like when I first met Courtney that she was finding her way, and she was those like kind of revenue numbers that we talked about. And then she just took ecosystem merging, process mastery, and just with her influence mastery skill set and rocketed forward to go. That's like a 30x, right? It's like a 30x increase in what she was doing. Just extraordinary. So phenomenal pick, Fernando.
Very well done. So Adam, you're on your last pick right now, number 10. Last pick of the 10 by 10, the first ever Unblinded draft. As you are thinking about your last pick, let's give a few more shout outs here. Peter Swain is still in the house. I think it's like 2:30 a.m. right now. Leva has an entirely new outfit on, so that's just extraordinary. It's just getting like better and better. Absolutely amazing. I see smiles all around. Everybody, how much fun is this? Tiffany Armstrong is in the house. Brian
PA is in the house.
Ricky is there. Catherine Elliott Bryden in the house. What is going on? Good to see you. All right, Adam. It's the last pick. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Who is your final pick for your 10 by 10?
My final pick, 10th pick of the draft. He's an innovator. He's an author. He's a speaker. He has an incredibly massive ecosystem and a ton of connections. Looking forward to really making a play for this, to sign this one. His name is Gerald Rogers.
Boom, Gerald Rogers.
That's a big pick. Sean, why is that such a big pick? Like, why is that like for a 10th pick for Adam just to finish out the night for Team Lightning? Why is it a big pick?
So Gerald, and I never saw Gerald coming. You know, I met Gerald probably about a year and a half ago. And Gerald has become present to me, such a leader of leaders. And he is just relentlessly consistent. He has a beautiful balance of energy in the speaking space. First of all, one of the craziest skilled dudes I've ever met. I was there with my son Tyler out in a Tony event, and Gerald was doing a pre-event. And the next thing I know, Gerald Rogers is standing up. Like, this is the body of a person, like the body of a human being. And Gerald Rogers is standing up in front of like a hypnotized woman, standing at her. No tricks, no nothing. Like, that was her like body standing on like her stomach, as it was just like her head and her feet across chairs. So he's wildly skilled. And takes people all over the world on these like remarkable trips. And he's an incredible speaker, trainer in the space of life coaching. And his wife runs a speakers bureau. She's utterly amazing. And just, yeah, I mean, crazy, phenomenal people who have not stopped and have taken the virtual platforms online and been doing incredible things. And we have an event that we're going to be planning on doing shortly with Gerald. And that is a deep cut pick. You know, we have, and this is again for training everybody how to do this. We have, you know, beautiful relationship with Gerald. We've co-created. Fernando did a great job advancing that relationship, and Adam Gugino grabs him in the draft. Like, high drama, all kinds of things happening, but I love the pick.
Well done, Adam Gugino. So Fernando, you're on your last pick, and as Fernando's picking number 10, who should Fernando pick? Drop it in the chat and give some shout outs as Fernando is thinking about his last pick. What is up, June Lazaro? So nice to see you. Mike Walsh, what is up? Liba, the glasses are still cool with that bow tie. Absolutely exceptional.
What is going on?
Chinwei is in the house. What is up, Chinwei, over there? Great.
Chinwei is straight up rock star. So is all these kind of people. Yeah.
Vivian, Vivian, there's one pick left. Vivian, I'm going to ask you a question. What is on your mind right now, Vivian? Like, what is on your mind in the final pick of the first ever Unblinded draft?
On my mind as to whom I want?
I just want to know what's on your mind in general. Not even what's on your mind.
What's tonight been like for you? Like, what are you thinking?
I feel like the way that you have both set your puzzles on either side for both Team Thunder and Lightning has such an impressive lineup. Like, in my head, I had a dream of having Jan Hargrave. And by dream, I had Michael Mayer. So when I was looking at Adam Gugino's list, I'm like, wow, that sounds so great. And then on the other side, on Thunder, I'm like, wow, Fernando has Courtney Epps, and he has Shannon O'Donnell and Hala and Elle, and it's like such a fabulous team. And I'm like, I love the energy that I see in this. And so as I'm building mine, I'm like, I want to see some of that in mine. So part of me is trying to figure out how it all fits for me, how I can implement some of those things. And of course, just excited and overwhelmed. And
yeah, sorry to interrupt, but like, that's exactly it. So as you're communicating, as everybody here is communicating and building your 10, you have the credibility of these people being involved. You know, so that's the beauty of what you witnessed tonight. Everybody is what incredible people. Like, Chris Crone has a coaching program where people get coached personally by him that costs $250,000 a year. And Chris is a part of this. Chris doesn't ever have to work again. He's done extraordinary things in the space of real estate and otherwise. And like, yeah, Chris is here. Like, he's down. Like, this is happening. Jack Canfield is here. And all these other folks. So, Vivian, as you talk to the people, like, that's like what they're becoming a part of, the UBA. Like, this is the professional sport league of business building. It's fun, it's exciting, it's dynamic, and it's brilliant, innovative. Like there's just nothing like it. So just like let that lock in. Is that, you feel that, Vivian?
I've been feeling it.
And I gotta thank Vivian, because the job you do on The Real Raw, like, is utterly phenomenal. Just truly, the energy you bring, the stage you set, just truly remarkable, and immense gratitude.
I have immense gratitude. If it weren't for all of you, I wouldn't have such new clarity about how one should comport oneself in society. And that is just transformative.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. So with that, Vivian, Jared, I think we got one more pick, Jared.
We have one more pick. Fernando Valencia. I think on the final pick, it's okay if you do a selfie right now. It's like it's the last pick. But no, don't, please.
You know,
On this final
Jared tried to call a fake selfie when I did a beautiful photo with my girlfriend. Little did he know that it was not a selfie. It was not a selfie. And I will say this, Big G, I said it at the beginning and I'll say it at the end. There's no one else on the absolute ethos and universe that I'd rather be conspiring than you. If I can draft you for my 10th pick, you would 100% be my 10th pick for what you've done, who you are, your servant leadership, and how you show up for people. I'm so grateful to be playing this game with you and building this movement together. And this last pick is not last because last, it's last because it's strategic. She is an absolute rock star in like every level of mastery. She has been with us for a long time in the movement. She's dear friends with Sean Callaghy. She has become the leader, not a leader, the leader in the Lions organization, the inner circle of the Tony Robbins group. She is dominating the world of dentistry. She is creating technology with AI. She is ridiculously well-connected and respected. And she's all about the shaka life, coming from Hawaii. Joan Greco, thank you for hearing. Thank you for seeing. You are the final pick.
Greco in the house.
Team Thunder.
Joan Greco is literally in the house. So Joan Greco.
I am.
What are you present?
Hi, guys.
Hey,
what am I present to? Hi, Sean. I am honored to be on this team. Last pick, but won't be the least. And I promise you that this is going to be amazing. So much has happened in my life since joining Unblinded in October. It has just opened doors like you cannot imagine. It's like everything is in flow. Things are happening. We are connecting. We are doing things within the Lions think tank. And there's just so much happening. The world of artificial intelligence is going to come alive in medicine and dentistry. And I'm just looking forward to doing some incredible things with this group.
Hey, Joan, thank you so much. And would you mind sharing how you were such an early adopter of what we're doing here? Could you please share that you were a part of the first huddle that wasn't? So could you share that story?
It was October 8th.
Wow.
And got on the phone, and actually I was listening to the recording of this one. I wasn't on that one, but I was listening to the recording, and there was no one there. I don't remember who was sitting there. There was one person that was on, and he waited and waited, and he's just like, is anybody there? Is anybody there? And finally, after about 15 minutes, he hung up. So that was meeting number one on October 8th.
Have we come a long way since then, Joan?
Oh my God, unbelievable, unbelievable. And I have to say, I have all of my staff using Unblinded. They're going through the Unblinded Mastery course, and amazing what leaps and bounds it has made for my practice. During this time when everybody is down, we are hitting goals like we wouldn't have hit without COVID. So they have learned how to talk to people and just go through the process. It's been absolutely amazing. And even on the Lions think tank, we're doing member spotlights. So Sean, we're going to get you on there for one. But we're going to go through emotional rapport. Where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? What's working for you? And what are the challenges? And I know that there are some really amazing people on there that will be able to help you. It's an amazing journey, and wouldn't have happened without you.
And Joan, I mean, for people that don't know, the Lions organization is literally an invite-only group of 40 people at the inner circle of the Tony Robbins world. And Joan literally has become the leader of that organization, running daily meetings. And Joan, my apologies for not being there for a little bit as we've been rocketing and accelerating. I literally am on speaking engagements straight through all day. So I am looking forward this week to reconnecting and being there, and certainly being there for some spotlights beyond just, you know, the one I'd be on, but I'm looking forward to reconnecting. But it has been 16 hours a day, my friend, as well. And I am so thankful that you are leading, holding that world down and driving it forward. Leader of leaders of leaders, leader of leaders of leaders. That's who this woman is. Influencer of influencers, Dr. Joan Greco. And thank you, Joan. Any final words?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I'm just excited. I think that Adam, we're gonna slap your butt.
That is
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, there you have it. By the way, should everybody get that? That's the first one. Picks. So Joan is like a first round draft pick. Those are the first round picks. But as we talked about coming in, that's just the first round. And by the way, when we get to the ninth round, like the ninth round of this, at the ninth round, Adam Gugino, guess how many people will be part of the UBA by the time we get to the ninth round?
Exponentially more than there are now.
Yeah, what's your best guess? Throw a number out real quick.
The ninth round.
Yeah.
500,000?
2 billion.
2 billion. There you go.
2 billion. That's the ninth round. It's pretty easy for you folks. It's 20 people round one. It's 200 people round two. It's 2,000 people round three. It's 20,000 people round four. It's 200,000 people round five. 2 million people round six. 20 million people round seven. 200 million people round eight. Round 9 is 2 billion. Round 10 is 20 billion. So we're going to have to find Martians and other galaxies by the time we get to round 10. And that is what is happening. Jared, how do you summarize tonight's happening?
I would like everybody in the chat to summarize. So Team Lightning, Team Thunder. Who will you pick? Who's got it? Who's going to accelerate the fastest?
And which team do you want to be on? Which team do you want to be drafted to?
I like that question.
People. What team do you want to be drafted to, and whose team do you want to be on? Is it Dr. Joan Greco, Elle Anderson, Dimple? Is it Michael Mayer, Chris Crone, David Gonzalez, right? Whose 10 do you want to be in, or 100th do you want to be in? Throw that in the chat. Let's see. I'm really interested in seeing where people want to be.
Awesome. So as everybody is posting, the other part of this is who's in your 10? Like, who's in your 10? If you're inside, and all of you are, in the Unblinded Business Accelerator, if somehow you're not, and you're watching this on Facebook Live, you're like, what is going on here right now? I just can't shut it off because I don't even know where this is leading to. Make sure you head over to www.unblindedbusinessaccelerator.com. Sign up. This is a 6-week experience. It's absolutely free, where we're guiding you through a process where you learn how to merge ecosystems. It's about depth versus width. It's about focusing on your relationships, meaningful, deep relationships, where you can merge with them, versus like cosmetic, like superficial, like 5 million followers. Yes, that's great. It's wonderful. It's special, but there's nothing more powerful. And like Sean said, he would take Elle Anderson versus 5 people that had 1 million followers on Instagram. Yeah. Like, let that land. That's what ecosystem merging looks like. So who is in your 10 by 10? And guess what? If you weren't drafted, now what? I mean, like, Michael Jordan wasn't drafted. Oprah wasn't drafted. Like, Sean wasn't drafted. Walt Disney wasn't drafted. Now what? Get drafted. Get big, get bold, get audacious. This is your life. Money, time, magic. That's what we talk about. Money, time, magic. So if you weren't drafted, now what? Sean, how should people answer that question? If they weren't drafted, now what?
Yeah, what I would say is, I'll compare it to being in the Tony Robbins world. When I went back, I was a huge fish in the pond of Callagy law, in the pond of New Jersey legal and things I'd accomplished. And I went into that world, and I think in a lot of ways, I, was just some blind guy that was sort of, in the room, and people didn't know, and I didn't think people were coming up to pick me for anything. And I'm going to just be wide open real. I had inside of me, I'm like, these people think that, they can influence better, lead better, sell better. I'm like, here I come. And I said it in love, I said with humility, I said, but I have a ton to bring. And when Chris Crone and I got that chance at that event, I knew that was the moment. And so your moment is there. Your moment is there, and it's coming, and just the beginning. So we had a ton of fun tonight. It's an amazing beginning, but it's just the first round. It's 20 people. It's going to go to 200 now. So who's going to be in the 200? And if you're not in the 200, you're going to be in the 2,000, right? So what are you going to bring to add value? What value are you going to bring to add, to the team, and keep that coming? Share that. Now you know who the 20 people are, right? Which team do you want to be? What value you're going to add and share, and think about how this person can see their future in you. And remember, Jared, Adam, Fernando, and everybody, this is part of a 10. Joan Greco is now part of a 10. She's part of the 10 on Team Thunder. Chris Crone is part of a 10 on Team Lightning, and so are the rest. And they're about to begin leading a 10. They're about to begin to lead a 10. They're 10 picks. And they're also about to be part of 100. They're part of a 10 now. They're about to be part of 100. Because when those 10 pick 10, then Chris and Joan are both part of 100, right? And when those 10 get 10, then they're leading 100. So part of a 10, part of 100, leading a 10, leading 100. And this can come easy to some it's still a little confusing. It's organized structure, not of contacts in a database, not of a Rolodex, of people committed to join ecosystems, merge and leverage. For example, one quick example, so materializes. What does it look like if Joan Greco and Rob Gill start doing events together for dentists in the financial space, and they create an agreement around that? So Joan Greco begins to create an alternative source of income, and/or Joan starts connecting Rob with people in her 10, and it's somebody from the Lions organization that has incredible contacts in the accounting world. And now Rob is leading and teaching accountants the formula, and they're seeing their future in him and referring him work and doing joint webinars and conversations. And then all of a sudden, they're doing a real raw to name the #1 influencing attorney in Monmouth County where Rob is, and then they're modeling and duplicating it and bringing it to Hawaii. And Rob's flying to Hawaii to land that with attorneys that Joan Greco knows. You're like, what did you just say? I could do this for the next 24 straight hours and not stop. The creativity, the potential is endless. And we're going to coach you up on it. We're going to walk through it. But it's just begun. It's not Rolodex. It's not networking. It's how Jared went from 0 to 40,000. How I collected $400 million from medical providers. How Chris Crone monetizes 500,000 beautiful people, adding massive value on YouTube. Joan Greco has one of the most successful surgical practices in the country because she's merged ecosystems, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Jared?
Just so everybody knows, I hate networking. I hate it. I would never go to events for that purpose. I like merging ecosystems. Merging ecosystems means that together we achieve more. It's not if you do this for me, I do this for you. It's let's work together. Let's work together to create something that doesn't exist, not in a kumbaya fashion, in a money time magic fashion.
Hey, Jared, how about we have a couple people pop on that have been watching tonight and get a, what say they?
Awesome. So please raise your hands. And as you're raising your hand, we'll wait a few minutes to do that. We're having an event. This is a free event. There is integrity-based scarcity with this event because there's only 200 people that can fit on this platform. It's this Thursday, May 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be 2 hours long. It's our first unblinded 10x10 galvanizer. And this is an opportunity for you to practice this with one another and maybe even like become like on each other's teams. Could very well happen. We're creating an environment where you're going to be able to role play, asking someone to be part of your 10. We're going to set the stage. It's interactive. It's on a platform called Remo, which means you can literally see each other, and you're going to have a few minutes to merge ecosystems. And then we're going to talk about how it felt, what you learned. So if you want some practice, this is a wonderful opportunity. It's absolutely free, but it's 200 person like cap, like you can't register after 200 people. We announced it the other night. I want to say it's at least half full at this point. So only sign up if you can make it, because I am certain we'll have 200 people. It's unblindedgalvanizer.com. And let's see who has their hands raised here.
And Jared, to invite also the people you want in your 10. So if these are outside people that are a little bit unfamiliar, this is the place to invite the people you want in your 10, bring them to the Galvanizer.
Awesome. So I'm gonna give Leva the floor first, because Leva brought some fun energy tonight. So Leva, 60 seconds. What are you present to with that little finger, that little hand on your finger over there? So what are you present to?
Hi guys, I was raising my hand. I just wanted to say that I did not know what to expect. This really made me, the 10 by 10 is very confusing for me, and I feel like I'm in a very different category than a lot of people that are here, but I'm super grateful for being part of the Unblinded family and for knowing you guys. You see, I finished off at the cap, but yeah, I would love to. Is there a way to meet some of these people that we don't know?
Come to the Galvanizer. Come to the Galvanizer.
I'm going to be there. When is it? I should be there. I'm driving to Vegas on Tuesday.
It's Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, so I'll stop if I'm driving.
Yes, definitely stop. You don't want to do the Galvanizer.
Do not keep driving, leave it. That is amazing.
I don't think you
But
can
guys,
and drive. But
thank you so much.
Hey, how about, hey Jared, can we bring, thank you, Leva. Can we bring Beck on? Rebecca Keat?
Yes, yes.
Ooh, Becca Keat in the house.
Oh my God, I did not expect this.
Beck,
I'm not going to tell you where I am right now.
Where are you, Beck? Tell us.
In the bath.
That is amazing. Beck, can we broadcast this and
Get out? Oh my God. Well, you can, because you can't see.
That is perfect. So Beck, what did you? So first of all, that was beautiful, the messages, and you know, we're all still praying and so happy, you know, that things are where they are. So I just want you to know that. I don't want to say too much, but I want to share that.
No, I'm happy to share. Like, my wife got some really good news. Her biopsy came back that she's 100% cancer free right now. So she's in complete remission. So,
and the one and only Siri Lindley. Yes, it's amazing, amazing. So one more time, Beck, what is the news for Siri? I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if I was committed to.
So she's her biopsy came back 100% cancer free. She's in complete remission right now. So we've got one more year to another biopsy, and after 3 years they call it a cure, and that's the goal. So she has no idea I'm on this call. I've been listening to it outside when I'm mucking, and I deliberately took 2 hours to muck and feed the horses tonight because I didn't want to miss it. And I came back in and got in trouble.
So let me ask you this question: What were you expecting to see tonight versus what you saw? Like, what would you think of everything tonight?
Oh my God. I actually missed a little bit of the middle part, but I just love everybody's energy. I actually know quite a few people on this call, and I'm just really, really excited. I've been wanting and what this whole Unblinded Accelerator is, and I'm just here to learn, and I love and respect Sean so much, and I've seen how much he's grown and how much the people around him have just completely blossomed just in life and in their business, Rob Gill in particular. And I love this family, and I want to be able to give back and contribute and be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, I have a strong feeling that in this next round that Beck is going to get snapped up and the world is about to get crazy. So Beck, we'll let you get back to your bath and enjoy, and please send all the love in the world to Siri. We went back and forth today, but I'm so thankful that this is where things are, and it's a beautiful.
Oh, no, I think it's dropping
out.
No.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beck.
One more person.
Thanks, Beck.
Ed Green. Ed Green, what are you present to?
Hey, Oh man, it was just amazing to see the quality of people that are on this call and that are in these ecosystems. I mean, Jack Canfield and Chris Crone and all these people. It's just like, wow, it's like the big leagues. I'm just happy to be a part of this group and, you know, just be here, man. Tony Rodriguez. I mean, yeah, just all these superstars that just a great peer group, man. I'm happy to be part of it.
Awesome. Well, we're happy that you're part of it. Amazing. Thank you for that. So let's take one more look at these teams, everybody. So here is Team Lightning. Here is Team Lightning. Who would you like to be drafted by from Team Lightning? Drop some names in the chat. Who would you like to be drafted by?
Jared, just in case anybody out there has some visual challenges, could you just read them real quick?
I'm going to do it right now. Yep. There is David Gonzalez. There is Dimple. There's Tanya Friedman. There is Carl Krumacher. There's Gil Petersel. There's Chris Crone. There's Jan Hargrave. There's Michael Mayer. There's Steve Thompson. There's Gerald Rogers. Who would you like to be drafted by? Please drop in the chat. And Fernando, do you want to read out your team, man? So this is your team right here. Team Thunder, please take it away.
Thank you. So we have Jack Canfield, we have Kay and Shy, we have Rob Gill, we have Joe Camberado, we have Elle Anderson, we have Shannon O'Donnell, we have Hala Jaludi, Jim Kirkos, Courtney Epps, and Joan Greco. Team Thunder.
And Fernando, what as we bring this thing to a close for tonight, what has this experience been like for you? You know, coming from sport to where we are now, like what's say Fernando?
You know, my heart is screaming peopleification. I have tears inside that I'm sure will appear later. I am so just humbled, you know, to be here, to be creating this. Sean, your vision, and I love saying that, I really do. Your vision is unbelievable. And Jared, your tenacity and driving is unmatched. And Adam, your love and leadership is so felt. And our entire ecosystem, you know, I just really want to anchor on this. This is not about us. This is about you. My mission in life is to rewrite humanity. And as I stand here on a Sunday, I truly feel like we're doing it. And we're doing it together. And we're doing it because we believe. And we're doing it because we care. And I'm just so excited. And I promise all of you that we are going to do this together. Thank you.
No, it's awesome, brother. Great job, man.
Adam Gugino, what about you, man? What are you present to in these final moments?
We say it all the time. We only win when you win. When the ecosystem wins, we all celebrate together. I have to say that I've been working in sales and business my entire life, and I've never found anybody quite like Fernando, and I am so excited and proud to be working alongside of him. He's the best I've ever seen, and yet he is a sponge, and it is just so great to work alongside somebody that is constantly rooting for you and is also learning from you. And he's just, again, the best person that I would want to go and conspire with and compete against. When it comes to Sean, everything you've said since day one, Fernando touched on it as well. You know, a lot of the things that even sounded a little hokey, the 1 + 1 = 1 trillion, I thought that was a stretch. If the 1 + 1 = 1 trillion isn't clear today, then I don't know when it will be. Everything you've said has been happening one after another. So again, your vision is just unbelievable, and so grateful that I took this ride with you. And Jared, I'll never forget the moment of us sitting together. And the language you used was, we are here to disrupt the world of sales, networking, personal development, training, CRMs. And the one thing you left with is that this movement is going to expose the truth. And I think that is exactly what's happening today. What's so incredible about this accelerator isn't just the group of people that are working together here to build something bigger than themselves, but it's the fact that it's rooted in integrity and an integrity-based human influence. And that is what is going to make this so exponential, because you know everybody around you is, believes in that philosophy. And that's what I'm present to. And I just can't wait to kick this off.
Sean, before I ask you, your final, what are you present to? Here's our challenge to everybody. Throw your draft party. Get 2 ecosystem partners and do what we did tonight. And if you're like, how? This is just time blocking. We just blocked 2 hours and we picked our team. We weren't romantic about it. We hired fast, and hopefully we don't have to, but we might have to fire fast. But pick your 10. You are better with your 10 than you're with your 2. Pick your 10 and throw a party and make it fun. Tonight was fun, right? We laughed, we shared, we were inspired, and everybody wins as each team wins. You win, the world wins, Unblinded wins, the team wins, everybody wins. But throw your draft party. So Sean, as we are in our final moments before we unmute everybody, put on some music and allow everybody to chill out for a bit. Sean, my friend, what are you present to?
I'm present to that those people are also better with you. Like those people are better with you. Because if you're here tonight on a Sunday night, or if you're watching this in a replay, you're committed to your own growth and acceleration. And I will say this, put the other books down, put the stuff down, follow this methodology, give this a chance for 6 months and watch it change everything you ever thought you were capable of. Watch that happen. Because 23 years ago, when I was blessed to be introduced to Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within, that's exactly what I did. And it changed everything in my life. It didn't mean that I didn't have pain. It didn't mean the mistakes didn't happen, but it convinced me that I could do anything. And so can you. And that's what I'm present to. This is truly every single word we say has been cultivated, thought about for years in this ecosystem. Influencers influencing influencers to merge ecosystems. Like just influencers influencing influencers. That's what's happening tonight. That's why those people are part of this. It's why people are going to be with you. You're an influencer influencing influencers to merge ecosystems. It's exactly what the UBA is. For 1 + 1, as Adam Gagino said, equals 1 trillion, or at least more than 10 relationships, leverage, scale, value, to make the world an even greater place. Because if not, then what are we doing anyway? And every one of those words is real. And it's alive here. And the extent to which you get confused about that, just remember what this is through that sentence. Influencers influencing influencers to merge ecosystems for 1 + 1 = 1 trillion to make the world an even greater place. And you're witnessing it happen. It's real. Other places can make up words. Other places can have fanciful conversation. This is real. That's what I'm present to. And Jared, final.
Final. Everybody will now be unmuted. Our hands in. Our hands in. On 3, we'll say together. That's what it looks like.
Hold on, hands, guys.
1, 2, 3. Together.